Okay, we'll finish up the vocabulary sentences we had last few days ago. During the period of the ebb tide, the water level in the swamp was shallow. But at high tide, it was very deep, as water flowed in from the sea. During the period of the ebb tide, the water level in the swamp was shallow. But at high tide, it was very deep, as water flowed in from the sea. Go ahead.
During the period of tide.
Of the ebb
tide. The water level in the swamp was shallow. No, not shallow. S-H, shallow. The shower was at night tide. High tide. It was very deep and water falls in from the sea.
Right. Flow. It was very deep as water flowed in from the sea. Shallow. Ebb tide. Level. And swamp. Go ahead.
During the period of the ebb tide, the water level in the swamp was shallow, but at high tide it was very deep and water flowed in from the sea.
Right, very good. Right, it was shallow, but at high tide it was very deep, as water flowed in from the sea. Okay, Mr. X.
During the period of the ebb the water level in the swamp was shallow, but at high tide it was very deep as water poured in from the sea.
Right, very good. But at high tide it was very deep, as water flowed in from the sea. During the period of the ebb tide, the water level in the swamp was shallow. But at high tide it was very deep, as water flowed in from the sea. Go ahead.
During the period of the ebb tide, the water level in the swamp was shallow, but at high tide it was very deep as water flows in from the sea.
As water flowed in from the sea. Shallow. Go ahead.
During the period of the ebb tide, the water level in the swamp was shallow, but at high tide it was very deep as water flowed in from the sea.
Right. Wow, that was good. I can actually see that happening. Wow, water flowing in. Very good. Go ahead.
During the period of the ebb tide, the water level in the swamp was shallow, but at high tide it was very deep as water flowed in from the sea.
Right, very good. Level in the swamp. Swamp. Some words It would be like if it was camp, it would be AMP, but in this case, SWAMP, swamp. In the swamp was shallow, but at high tide, it was very deep, as water flowed in from the sea. Go ahead.
During the period of the ebb tide, the water level in the swamp was
Shallow.
shallow, but that at high tide it was very deep, deep as water flowed in from the sea.
Right, as water flowed in from the sea. Go ahead.
During the period of the ebb tide, the water level in the swamp was shallow, but at high tide it was very deep as water flowed in from the sea.
Right, it was very deep as water flowed in from the sea. Very good. Go ahead.
During the periods of the ebb time, the water level in the swamp and was shallow, but the high tide was very deep as water flowed in from the sea.
Right, very good. During the period of the ebb tide, the water level in the swamp was shallow. But at high tide, it was very deep as water flowed in from the sea. Okay, go ahead.
During the period of the ebb tide, the water level in the swamp and shallow, but at the high tide, it was very deep as water flowing from the sea.
Right. The period of the ebb tide, the water level in the swamp was shallow, but at high tide, it was very deep as water flowed in from the sea. Go ahead, sir.
During the period of the ebb tide, the water level in the swamp was shallow, but at high tide it was very deep as water flowed in from the sea.
Right, very good. So what we're saying here is that the ebb tide, this is when the water at the sea level begins to flow back from the shore, ebbing back. Ebbing, back. The ebb tide, level. How high was it? How low was it? The level, up, down. In the swamp, what is a swamp?
Swamp my body.
A what?
Swamp my body.
Swamp?
Swamp my body.
My body.
Body.
Swamp my
Swamp dưới miệng.
No. A swamp is an area, let's say, maybe close to an ocean or a lake or a river, where for whatever geographical reason, water has seeped into the area, and there may be plants growing, water may be deep or wet, and the ground is very wet, very damp in very many places, and it's referred to as a swamp. And it's usually areas not far from large bodies of water where some water has trickled into a low level of ground and lays there for forever. So that the level in the swamp was shallow when the water is falling back. Shallow means very low. You can walk in shallow water. Maybe it's up to your leg or your knee. Very shallow, low water. But at high tide, when the tide comes back, maybe at 10 hours after the ebb tide, the high tide comes back. And when the high tide comes back, the water flows in from the sea. And then reaches the swamp, and the water level in the swamp goes up because the high tide is bringing the water in. At ebb tide, the water flows out. Very deep, not shallow, the opposite, shallow, deep, deep. The water is very deep, be careful. I like to walk in shallow water, very low, very low. This is an SH word, shallow. Not shallow, shallow. Almost like saying, shh, be quiet, shallow. Shallow. There are, as I've said before, there are many, many words in English that begin with the SH. Short, shallow, shift. I mean, there are a million of them. So it's important that that not become CH, but SH. Not ch, but sh. Shallow. Any questions about deep, shallow?
The F time, the F is used only with the time, or you can use other things to.
You could use it, figuratively speaking, you could use it in ways where things are beginning to fade away. His ebbing, he was a very lucky guy for many years in his life. He was very fortunate, but after a number of years, his good fortune began to ebb away. He became not so lucky, things just didn't work out, maybe his business failed, so that you could say that his good fortune of years ago, as time went by, began to ebb away. It's little bit, down, 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 down. Ebbing away. Fading, fading, fading. That's like when I